So, yeah, what have you been doing this whole fucking pandemic?
Before I say that, I'm just gonna say I've never had a White Claw before. This is my first.
Oh, please.
So I'm gonna, great.
It's gonna change you.
How does it? Start going to weddings all the time.
Yeah, you start talking a bit more like this. And that.
Rumor has it there's no laws.
Oh,
when you're drinking White Claws.
Okay, I got the mango, the best kind.
Mango as well,
Dip
yeah.
it in there.
Cheers, bud.
I
Yeah.
got
Cheers,
a
yo,
Modelo.
yo.
We would like free White Claws.
Yeah, if you don't mind, if you want to toss us some.
It's like water mango. Mango water.
Boozy mango water. Yeah.
Shit, man. I hear they sneak up on you.
Yeah, I mean, it just doesn't feel like you're drinking. It's like the big thing.
there's
So
that-
you drink it like you're drinking water,
Okay.
but you're not drinking water.
You see what's in there? It's like, is this one that has like malt liquor in it? No. I don't know. Just says,
me that
it just
malt
says alcohol. Alcohol.
Please.
Alcohol. Okay.
But yeah, quarantine. It sucks like every other musician I know, specifically musicians. I'm just gonna stick with that. But yeah, I was gigging almost every night of the week, if not day, going away on the weekends. It was constant, for years. Yeah. So this is like, honestly, I needed a break. So I felt really to breathe for a second and just like let that muscle go was really sweet. And my voice came back. But yeah, then it set in like the reality of it is not being on your feet and moving to gigs. That was it's funny, the music's important, but like I loved the hustle of it. I loved getting there on time. You couldn't even
say that with a straight face, dude. You couldn't even begin to say that with a straight face, dude.
Cut that. Or no. Just sometimes. Anyway, but
Getting there sometime.
Getting there sometime. Yeah. And but like the action of it all, definitely strange. It took me. I started the live stream thing, kind of against my own judgment. And that was the problem, is I was kind of judging it because I saw my friends doing it and I was like, oh, everyone's just playing their old songs. And I was like, oh wait, this is not for us musicians. This is for people that need it.
They miss the music.
They miss the music. Go me, come on. So I was like, pulled up my bootstraps, and then I put together a whole 4 hours of music, and I was like, I'm gonna do this like a show. I'm gonna play a set, take a break, play a set, take a break. I'm gonna do the full. I'm gonna do more than the full, because there's no one to kick me out.
Oh yeah.
So at first it was really strange to look at the screen, and I got so choked up. I was singing off key. I was just like fumbling. It was just like really strange. And then you get into it. And then the second time was a little bit, I just got kind of more comfortable with the fact that, there are people there watching, and these Friday things are a blessing. I got like some recurring fans. And they're like my friends from back home, back in Massachusetts, who have never seen me, and now they get a platform to see me play.
That's pretty cool. Yeah,
man.
And I got some of my like best friends' parents who I love and essentially raised me as a kid. Like worked in my high school. One of my just shout out to Missy Dufresne, who owns the IGA in Northfield, the convenience store downtown. She's been watching and sending me some money.
That's awesome.
But I got people sending me snail mail, which is really sweet. But it's like I said, it's not the best, and I only do it once a week. I don't like to oversaturate live stream stuff. Yeah. But it's saving me. These Fridays are definitely really cool.
What's it like coming back here and playing here, like in your place that you helped build, and that you it's morphed a bit, it's evolved a bit.
It's a little different these days.
And you're playing not to an audience, but
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Now it's I think the dream is so much closer the dream was to like have a place to make media and also do shows. Like this place was a venue
Yeah.
for a while. But now it's like, so the attention is now for the times. You can't, what? Fuck, man, what's wrong with you?
That was my bad.
I'm that was your bad. No, but now we get to adapt. We're adapting to the place is literally adapted to the circumstances. Now we can create stuff here on the stage, record it, and send it to people. It's It's basically, it's a studio. It's amazing. Things are just cleaner. There is lights on stage that I've never seen before, which is like,
It's a lot more stage.
Pete, are these yours?
Oh yeah.
Oh, shoot, man.
They're sitting around collecting dust, so it's, you know.
And now they're collecting stupid words. Yeah, ugly faces. But this couldn't have come at a better time to you guys. Like, seriously. You guys built the stage up, so now it's got a whole nother regalness to it. There's room to leave everything.
Yeah.
It's like, it has potential for more than music.
It kind of came about in like the timing was weird, but it was like you being home, you actually being here for a long period of time.
That's another thing, yeah.
And it was like, elevating what was going on here from having shows, and they were great shows, to, like this. And that wouldn't happen unless
You were throwing some bangers here, man.
Oh, I
We've
love it, man. Yeah.
Everyone was here. Like, there was a scene of a music scene. That was the hardest thing to do. To like have shows here. Like, you found a way to, like, you had some kind of, like, I noticed for your shows, like, there is a, like, support for these bands here. These are like fans of the bands.
Yeah, exactly. And I was like making sure to get good bands in here. You know
Yeah,
what I
they're
mean? Like
fucking
bands
cool.
that I liked and bands that other people I knew liked that I didn't know of. And it was like, oh shit, like, yeah, let's get them in here and put something great together and have just a good night of music, and
Yeah.
everybody's happy.
I miss
Everybody's
this.
happy. Some cheap drinks, the bands get paid, we have a great time.
Yeah.
And yeah. And I'm glad that this is it's evolving into this now. It's like
Yeah.
focusing it in a bit more, and
Yeah.
and now we're gonna have a platform through this time for bands to come in here and acts, whatever, to come in and showcase their thing.
Yeah, I feel like at first it was everyone's, it was kind of tough all around. Like everyone's like a bit of a slump, not knowing what to do, so much
Yeah.
like uncertainty,
The
like
shock.
and the kind of, and then like, realizing, all right, this is gonna be reality for a second here, and like kind of dealing with like, how do we make this not suck? Like,
Yeah.
I only know how to do like one or two things, like music and audio stuff, and I can't tour. Like, that was my livelihood,
Yeah.
and I can't do that right now. So yeah, I was like, the only thing that makes any sense to me is to do what we're doing here, because that's the only thing I know how to do.
Yeah.
I do the music. I need, I know my friends and other musician stuff need
Yeah.
a place to do stuff. I'm just kind of
Hence this operation.
hence this
right
little thing.
now.
Just
Oh,
trying
yeah.
to fucking funnel like what could be insane depression and all these things
Yeah,
into
totally.
some sort of productive thing, and try to make something good out of
Yeah.
this.
What's the next step for this whole situation here? And or do y'all plan on calling it something? Is it going to be a brand? Are you trying to get other people up on the stage?
Oh yeah.
That would be nice. Yeah, we would like to have some other people up on the stage. I mean, it's the company, the production company. We're kind of starting with all these upgrades. It's called Hard Hug Productions.
Yeah.
But that's it. Yeah.
That's amazing.
That's
I love
a hard
that.
hug, yeah.
Hard hug is
But what's a
amazing.
hard hug?
It stems from a little bit of an inside joke
Oh, sweet.
kind of thing. Just like in like my touring family, my Bob Moses touring family,
Nice.
we had like a little. Jimmy likes to say weird things sometimes, and hug it was like plugging in something, and that slowly evolved into like hugging it was all the things you needed to do to make a show happen. All the
so true.
sound checking
Gotta hug it in,
It's
gotta
the
hug that
hug.
thing.
You gotta hug it in. Yeah.
Hug it in. man.
And
so true.
yeah, so like it's the hard hug, and the hard hug specifically came back. Yeah, we did a tour in China, and it was like the most difficult thing I've ever done in my life. Like really, I got electrocuted on Thanksgiving
Oh,
Day.
wonderful.
Yeah, like that fucking.
Was it in your arm or
sucks.
your leg?
I was locked up on the fucking stage, like.
Woo, baby.
Fuck, it's 230 volts over there too. It hurts a little more than ours.
Yeah.
It's fucked up. But it was a very
Why you're
difficult tour.
so smart.
Yeah, that was it. They tried to knock some stuff loose, and then I got smart. I was a dang old yokel before that. Yeah, but that was the hardest hug we ever did.
Okay.
And so
sweet.
that's kind of what it is. It's like taking a shit situation
Yeah,
and
making it a
making
hug.
something good out of it. Just like pulling your fucking bootstraps up and just making shit work.
Love it.
Yeah.
And
That's
like also
sweet.
like how much do all of us just like want to fucking hug our friends and family when we're actually allowed to
Man,
again?
it's
you know?
beautiful
like,
name.
I
You
mean,
hit it on
that's-
the nose there,
That's
bud.
good.
Yes,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
that's what we're going for.
Yeah,
That's
when that came up, it was like, yeah, that's the one.
There's a few friends I've asked if I could hug. It's obviously a fucking really hard hug. Like, and it lasts longer than usual.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
It's good shit.
Oh yeah.
Um,
But yeah, man, with that, we're just the plan is to bring great artists, performers up here,
Sweet.
and give them a platform to show what they do to their fans, and hopefully make new fans, and yeah, and do it in a quality way, and I think kind of in a creative way.
And just
we're-
like, yeah, like, cause there's a lot of live streaming stuff going on right now, but it's, I don't know, yeah, like it's trying to bring it personal and intimate and like try and give it as much of a feel of the actual show
Yeah.
as possible.
Yeah.
Like,
Smart.
you know, like we
Feel
try
like
to
a
like,
show.
yeah.
But this is amazing. I can't believe this is still here. I still, not to be whatever, but like other people are, you know, capable of running it or see. It's just funny. Like usually in situations I'm used to, it's like something starts and then you leave and then it falls apart because no one cares enough or no, you know, and everyone that stayed in this building or in this unit cared enough to keep it going and make it better. So yeah, I'm stoked. I love coming and playing here. We practice very safe quarantining etiquette.
Yeah.
And
But then what you were just saying, like how you said, yeah, you leaving and worrying about what this might become, or if it just get abandoned and just, you know, just become just a whatever place. And
Yeah.
I don't know, when I got here, it was immediately just like, this is the dream.
Yeah.
And you had already built it. It was like, oh, now how can we make even more of this? And I fell in love with this place right from the get-go, man, and never wanted to stop.
You know, man, that's why it blows my mind, this whole Craigslist thing. It just so happened that, like, in a network of people I know, and within these networks, there are musicians, roommates, that we and my friends have found randomly that just clicked. I like the fact that we're just sitting here shooting the shit and talking about the space is just out of this world. It's still like
It's like you walk in the door, you feel the vibe.
Yeah.
Like,
Immediately,
Like,
yeah.
immediately.
But it is at the same time like a metal box near a graveyard. Like, of course you're gonna fuck around.
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
and do dumb shit
it
in
attracts an odd breed of people.
Oh, yeah.
But it also attracts some hard hitters. Like you can't deny the people in this building. Like
Oh, man.
Yeah, the
Francois,
talent and the people doing shit in this building.
hybrid
is insane.
movement. Like yeah, the talent in here is it's really actually incredible. And it's just so funny because a lot of the people here are like kind of OGs of what they do. They're not like trying it out. They're
Exactly.
like, I
They're-
need to go to a place where I can do whatever the fuck I want.
Yeah.
with my
Yeah.
work.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you came in and it was like, yeah. I remember it was like, it's him. And this was before you mentioned Bob Moses.
Yeah, I was just like some dude off Craigslist. I'm home for a little time of tours. Like I need to get a new place. Stat.
Yeah.
Just walked in the fucking door.
I just want to tell that story about Amsterdam again, man.
Oh, we fucking have an answer. Yeah. That was dope. Yeah, it's a fucking great one. Yeah, yeah.
So I guess for you, Katie's at home. I go on plan this whole trip to see this friend of mine who's touring. Who just did a tour with Passenger, and she's playing all over Europe, and she's got this long tour. And I saw she was going to Amsterdam, playing at Paradiso, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go visit her, and I'm gonna tell her that I'm doing it to go see my family in France. I wanted to see her set, and she had just released an album and everything. Anyway, just crazy about this woman. I'm not gonna lie. So I go to fucking Amsterdam, and what was it? I found out as I'm headed there, Alan, you were like, yo, we're playing in Amsterdam too. I'm like, where? Paradiso. What time? 8 o'clock. Oh shit, it's the same exact time I'm seeing
Same
my
menu. We just happen to be in the same place.
Yeah, man, it was incredible.
That's amazing.
It was just stupid. I ran in there and saw you for like a second on the main stage, and went to go see my friend play upstairs. And she was gorgeous. That theater is amazing.
That theater is
Paradiso.
so amazing, man.
You could smell the sweat and farts in the floor.
Yeah.
Just-
It's like so old, there's so much
I love
history,
that.
but it's like very modernized, like all their sound stuff, like
Yeah.
it sounds fucking great, it's kept modern, but it's like, yeah, it's just the
Yeah.
vibe and history in the place.
It's
is cool.
sweet. Yeah, that was wild. Just circumstances led us there. I was
Yeah.
like, oh yeah, we were supposed to be roommates.
There you go. We're just gonna link up in weird places.
Yeah. Amsterdam's a cool place.
You guys lived together for like 6 months, yeah?
I'm in a little tequila mood tonight.
Yeah.
Tequila Mockingbird.
Yeah, tequila.
to
I
be.
could tequila Mockingbird.
You need to.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
We drank James's wine last night, so we should probably, you know.
Yeah, you did.
That was at Bordeaux.
I believe I had a cab there the other day that I drank that I didn't get to touch either. So if one of those showed up,
We finished that port the day of. Like, felt that was
oh
kind
yeah,
of.
You mean the cognac?
Oh yeah, the cognac.
yeah.
Inside joke. It's funny. Like there are a lot of you're hearing all sides of everyone's story right now. It's information overload, and then you realize you're better off alone, not being affected by what you should be doing, what you're told you, what people tell you, what's going to happen to your mind.
Yeah.
Like I find the more I separate myself from what will happen to me or what's these are the stats. Depression is the domestic violence is going up, skyrocket. Like there's this all these things you're being told. It's like yes, these are important things to know. Are there some people are like no, don't do it. You don't have to be productive. Just sit. I hear that. I'm like oh. Like,
I actually do.
I gotta in order to keep this and the things in kind of structure. You gotta keep.
Yeah.
You gotta put your mind on something. You know.
You can take a day, a few days, a week,
yeah,
whatever.
Take some time to chill.
take some
There's
time.
nothing wrong with that, but like.
But then, yeah, get fucking.
Do something. You know.
This
Give
thing
yourself
is
some
made. This
meaning
thing is
and
made to
purpose.
work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or fucking meditate for a week. I don't know what
Yeah.
it is.
It's tough, like, yeah. But like I get stuck in those things where like I
course.
can't even bring myself to fucking do that.
Yeah.
Happens all, but yeah, just this is our attempt at avoiding that.
Yeah.
Oh shit! I started a garden.
Yeah.
Started like really inspired. Started planting. I got radishes, forget-me-nots, marigolds, lavender, and gardenia. I forget the name of the flower.
It's funny these like weird little projects that no one knew they had
Yeah, right.
or wanted to take on or didn't bother because they didn't have the time like that everyone's doing
Yeah.
now. Like I cured egg yolks like at the beginning of this thing.
I remember that.
It's like,
That's right.
It's like, and that was like, it's like a 2-3 week process, and like I've never done anything like that because I don't know the last time I've been here for that long in one chunk of time.
Yeah.
It hasn't been in the last year.
Without feeling a deadline of anything.
Yeah. Well, no, I mean for me personally, touring, like I haven't actually been home for longer
shoot.
than 2 weeks in
Yeah.
one chunk of time in the last year. So
lot
like
of
a
sound.
project like that, like I couldn't even take on. Like I mean, I guess I could and like have someone, hey, can you take my egg yolks out of the salt for me? Like, like.
Wait,
it's
so
just-
how long does it take to cure egg yolks?
It's like it was like a week or so in the salt, and then they dry out for like another week or so, like kind of thing. Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah, you just grate that shit on
Grate it.
stuff.
Yeah, we put it on
It's
pasta.
awesome.
You put on
Pasta.
ice
I had
cream?
an ice cream. Like,
You
crazy.
Oh, shit,
Yeah,
right?
dude.
We got into that last week, right?
Crazy.
You like. You
Oh
put it
yeah,
outside.
when
I
we
had
were
some
here
of that.
the last time we were here for
Yeah.
like your birthday and stuff, we were
Yeah, we
fucked
put-
up and ate egg yolk ice cream at like 5 a.m. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Love it.
There we go. Yeah.
Um,
But yeah, like that's not a thing I ever saw myself doing or these weird things. But it's a different time. We're all doing weird things.
I saw a dead body in Hernandez Park 2 days ago.
Whoa.
What?
Yeah, over a blanket, or a cops
blanket
put it over
over
the
it.
blanket, put the hat on top, and put the tape around, and waited
Whoa.
Wow.
for the whole scene to. Yeah, it was the strangest thing. It wasn't even that got me. It was fucking how the people reacted. There were still people in the park, laughing, drinking wine right next to the scene. I'm not sure if it was a crime scene or not, but I went to Prospect
man.
Park and I saw a body bag come out of a building and put into this like freezer van. That one was weirder. Just like the nonchalantness, like just like there was a little blump. He's like, oh yeah, and you like had the, oh that's a close call. I had to like zip the zipper and like just so I love like healthcare workers, doctors, nurses. They have this like work face. My sister's a nurse. I've seen it. My mom.
My mom was a nurse. Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
you know, it's like
Yeah.
it's not phased,
Business,
just like
yeah.
business. Same thing with like detectives on the scene. Like we're watching The Wire like crazy right now, and it's just so funny how people, like if you were in that line of work, how you compartmentalize it.
Yeah.
Where do you put it at the end of the day? That's intriguing. But yeah, that's
Yeah.
I don't know why I thought of that. Brought it up.
Wow.
Feels it's important to talk
Hey, you
about.
did.
I've always wondered about like morticians, undertakers, people who solely work with the dead, solely alone. What does that do, man? Like, that's got that.
Prompts you to go into that field.
Yeah. And how long can you actually sustain that before you're just like, I can't keep
Well,
putting makeup on bodies?
You have to be obsessed with it. You have to have some kind of obsession.
Yeah.
Like, and need it and like be. I think
I
it's
think it's an
also
important thing. Too.
Definitely.
Like people, like their families, like you're making their last look at their loved one. There,
Yeah.
you know, like
Oh,
so.
yeah.
There's, so yeah. I mean,
there's got to be
yeah,
like a superhero quality. Like
it's a
you've-
calling of sort. Like I feel like
Yeah.
a weird way.
I have a friend of mine who I grew up with. She was an EMT for a while. But some of the stories she told me, it just got me rattled. At the moment of when someone is sick with this and they know that they're either gonna be put on a respirator, the level it just gets worse and worse. The fear of not being able to see anyone, like that's of course I don't know, man. It's like we're kind of afraid to talk about that. We're kind of afraid to just acknowledge it, and it's like yeah, as long as it's not happening to me, it's cool. My world is the same and everything. But like, yeah, some fucking people's worlds are being rattled and are ending. It's so that's like lately, not to dwell on it or indulge in that too much, but my mind's been there, like the moment where like you can't see your family and you may die, alone in that room. I do know like some people, like there's still those hoax people out there. I have a couple connections with people who have passed away. And it's like, okay, that's not a hoax, that's real.
Yeah.
And it was from that disease, so it's not like random, But anyway, it's also a beautiful thing because I have been talking to, some friends who I haven't talked to in so long and keeping that alive. Family members who I don't talk to at all, like I'm not really good at keeping up with my family, which is not cool, I realize, but now it's like the bond has been stronger than ever. So it's like I've been in this city for 14 years feeling kind of lost in general, and I'm just telling my personal story, but since you got fucking 3 cameras, I get a chance.
We have no interest in you.
This is actually about us. This is supposed to be about us.
It's got me talking about death. Fuck. Dangerous. There's more of these, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm finding more identity because I'm talking to the people who I love and I'm realizing like why I like them, and I'm like getting rid of shit that I don't need in my life that I spend time with anxiety on, waste so many hours of my life, days, weeks, I wasted years not getting over shit. That's just so ridiculous, And if you just get rid of like compromise with your morals, so then you get into shit that you don't mean to because you're like, well, if I do this, then I can weigh that. No, you feel a certain way, you have an instinct about a thing, person, place. Make a decision, what do you want to attract in your life? You want to attract the shit you love, and what does that mean? It's like a gut feeling. It's just so funny, like I've just been finally accepting like these are the people that are gonna stay in my life, because it doesn't last forever. I think that's what do you think is the 21st century fucking, here we go. 21st century, like, weird facade is that, like, we live in the computer, Instagram fucking world that still baffles my brain, and I'm just trying so hard to pretend I get it. But, like, we're so removed from knowing what our mortality is that we don't have authentic moments with people, and we're like, I'll do it later. It's always about later. It's like, I gotta take a picture of this moment now and show people, because if I don't show people, I can't actually feel it for myself. It's dangerous.
And in doing that, you're missing out in that
Taking
moment
yourself out of
altogether.
it.
yeah, you're just and it's not, it doesn't internalize. And you
Yeah,
miss it. Yeah.
exactly.
So you can look at it later on a screen. Like I don't like when you're with people and someone busts out there, starts Instagramming around you and starts like this. I mean, come on. I know you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
that
exactly.
weird pit in your stomach, like, oh man, we're not connected. And do you even know what that connection is? Is it like it's a real thing, man. Anyway, but my point is, like, I'm already dragging on, but I don't want to miss I don't want to be distracted by trying to prove something constantly, unless you're selling something, of course, online, but trying to prove my life, like that I'm living, you know? I may be on some White Claw right now, but that sounded... But anyway.
What's a show without White Claws? Yeah, dude.
That's like a drizzle stick.
I want that rain stick to like go longer.
I'm
Like,
gonna use it
like,
tonight.
it never rains that quick.
Yeah, right?
Like-
Dude, it's all about your subtlety. You gotta be
Yeah,
gentle,
yeah.
gentle.
Yeah, I want a fucking storm.
Yeah, you
Like,
want
I don't want a
Yeah,
little
fucking
drizzle for a minute.
monsoon,
Like
yeah,
that
man.
bullshit ass rain stick.
You want
Give me
that
that.
Madagascar rain.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, dude.
All right.
Is that
Oh
cool?
yeah,
Is that
man.
rad?
Yeah, that's
great,
great.
man.
Yeah.
Yo,
I think
boys.
that's
Yeah,
right.
hey.
Thanks for
Hard
coming.
hug?
All right.
All right, we're gonna hug. Are we gonna hug? Are we gonna?